Okay.
We are live.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this is the 25th monthly seminar of Soy Asia. And thank you so much for coming. And for today's agenda, we have a lot of beautiful guests here from the EBA Hokkaido Fieldwork who will do their presentation. So we will have their presentation and then we will continue with the faculty meeting for a short time. I'm so excited to hear their presentation, and I hope everyone's here also excited to hear their presentations. If you'd like to know a little bit about the fieldwork, this is the link to the report of the fieldwork. Maybe we'll share also in the chat. So for the presentation, I'm going to pass the microphone to Goki-san.
Yes, thank you very much, Somi.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Dr. Saiful. Nice to have you. Okay. Yeah, let me continue. Okay. So, the details are written in the short report, but let me quickly give an overview of this fieldwork. So, for the EBA Hokkaido Fieldwork, which was conducted last month in October, we had 18 participants from 11 institutions representing 6 countries. And as you may already know, Hokkaido is the northernmost island of Japan, and it has a rich history marked by the indigenous Ainu communities and also the diverse landscapes. And we asked each participant to explore the 3 bold contexts as written in the slide: the indigenous communities, the environmental challenges, and the diversity and inclusion. And besides of that, since we have this diverse background, each participant has this different background and also different perspective, we ask each of them to reflect on their own culture, own background, and come up with a sustainable solution for the current and the future generations. And during the fieldwork, we visited Tomakomai, Shiraoi, and Sapporo, and we visited all these key sites, starting from Hokkaido Refinery, then to the Upopo Ainu Museum, to the local restaurant, and then also in Sapporo City, each group visited Hokkaido University and many other places. And all the fieldwork foster a deep understanding in each 3 bold contexts, where the shared learning experience emphasizes the need and the importance of tackling these complex issues for the both current and the future generations. And for the key component of this program was the exhibition style presentation. And this part, I'll pass the mic to Homa-san.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe you remember that the big challenge of this field work was to make the presentation in an exhibition format. So I think it was really difficult to give form to your ideas in the very short time in Tokyo. It's 2 to 3 days, but the output was quite excellent and each exhibition was unique. So I think in the process of giving shape, we looked back on Hokkaido experiences, and so we looked back on Hokkaido experiences from different perspectives and connected them to our own culture context.
Thank you very much. So that was all from us. So I'll pass the mic back to Somi, and looking forward to hearing all the key takeaways and findings from each participant. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Goki-san and Homa-san, for sharing a little bit about the EBA Hokkaido Fieldwork. So we will continue to the the most weighted session, which is the presentation from the participants. And the first participant is Dafa from Faculty of Computer Science, UB. Dafa, are you ready?
So each of you have a 3 minutes for your presentation. So please enjoy your 3 minutes. Yep.
Okay, can you hear my
Yes.
voice? Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Introduce myself. My name is Davutra from UB. I want to tell everyone about what changed from me, from my perspective. The first one is identity, pride for your identity, proud for your identity. It's become changed because I realized that I know people doesn't have that I have like recognition and support from government and environment and everyone. It makes me realize that I'm really grateful, and since I have opportunity to learn my culture since I was in elementary school and come to no, I have to. I educated that I have to know there are different culture in the world. And second one is I'm naturally come to be respectful. It means that when after elementary school I come to another school, a junior high school. It comes to meet everyone that different in different culture, different ethnic group, different religion, and it makes me respect to them about their rituals, their habits, and the restriction, and so on. And that's what I suffer for a long time, is to not be respected by people. And I believe it's not easy to change, but with good and earlier education, the key point is education. Everything can change, and or more generation can change the the habits. And then the third one is aspect is connected. Everything is connected. I learned it from Keitaku, and it just like open for cultivation, like it's change environment and then build a building, but it is affected other aspect like culture, politics, and then economics and education, which is proved by Hokkaido University existence. So it's what I think is if we want to do something, we have to take a look to another aspect. So the solution or what we can do, what we want to do is cover all of the perspective. And I want to pass the condition that its culture be free from discrimination and good environment quality. And what I have now is human right to the next future, because there are three of them is really important. Like we cannot not passing by the future what we have now, like the three condition. And what I can do actually is about the action is self-education by discussion. Since I'm just a student, what I can do now is just like make a discussion that EBA do actually. It's let us from different countries to take a discussion and take a solution and take another perspective and do something like that to make our discussion is valuable enough. And discussion can make a butterfly effect, like or domino effect, something like I talk about something to a problem to my friend, and my friend talk about to other people, and other people take to another people, and it takes so many perspective, and when there is a conclusion, it's cover up the every single perspective to the solution. Okay, the second one is speak. So I have no power now, right? So I'm the student, and what I can do, and I'm generation Z2, Z generation, and I can speak by social media. I can talk about education, and I can do a focus group discussion too, since I can do discussion, and since there's one of the like researcher, and I'm EBA participant, so I can give my opinion with the evidence. So yeah, I don't know yet it will be effective, but it's better than do nothing. And third, maybe it's a long time solution, but let's take a look at make a platform for issue discussion. It's something like GitHub. If you know GitHub, it's just open issue for the future feature of what can debug or there's bug or failure, but we talk about a problem or urgent problem. So it will be interesting if people can just throw the opinion with their evidence, and maybe people just know that one side, maybe know another side from this platform. Okay, thank you. That's all from me.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
Thank you, Dafa. Okay, I forgot to mention because we don't have much time. So if you have any comments or feedback, you can write down in the chat. And the next presenter will be Fahira Nurdita from Faculty of Engineering Unhas. So please keep your presentation within 3 minutes so we can have everyone presenting within the time that we have. Thank you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nurdita Fahira. I am from Informatics Engineering at Hasanuddin University in Makassar, Indonesia. I'm delighted to be here, and I will directly start to my presentation. Reflecting on EBA Hokkaido Fieldwork 2023, I will give my perspective from an Indonesian student's point of view. The first one is about culture and diversity. As you know, I'm from Indonesia, a place with such a diverse culture. As I grew up, I'm using the mix of 4 languages like Duri language, Bugis, Toraja, and Makassar language in my everyday life. And of course, we use national language like Bahasa Indonesia sometimes in school. Most of the time. But my point is, I've grown very accustomed to this diversity, and it makes me feel like there's nothing particularly special about it. And as a child, sometimes I think like this diversity is only an additional thing that has no really meaningful meaning in my life. Then I joined EBA Hokkaido, where the focus is on the Ainu Japanese indigenous people. It was clear for me how deeply the Japanese government and associated group value and respect their native culture by establishing National Ainu Museum Upopoi in order to preserve and reintroduce Ainu culture to the world. Like, it's not an easy task to do, considering the Ainu people have faced numerous challenges back then that threatened the existence of their culture. But from that, I take lesson that the answer of my previous question, what is the meaning of diversity in our culture, it is our identity. If we lose the culture, it means we lose our identity as well. So that's it. And for the action, the small action that I could take is using local language like Duri language in my everyday life and revisiting some museum in my city. And for the next generation, it is important to pass a sense of ownership of one's identity without feeling superior and discriminating against others, so we can live in harmony, but in difference harmony. So the second one is about industrialization and sustainability. From the visit in Idemitsu Kosan, I see a proof of that industry can coexist with nature through sustainable practices. Idemitsu Kosan has been there for 50 years, and they use a very sustainable practice like preventive action to prevent the oil leakage to the environment. And not only that, they have a future plan to reduce their waste by 2030 in the future. The action that I could take is learn to use eco-friendly items and products such as reusable cutleries and be more careful in managing household and waste. For the next generation, I think it is important to pass habits and mindset that modernization and economic growth can go hand in hand with environmental preservation. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you so much for the presentation. The next presenter will be Binda Intan Zahrani from Faculty of Art and Design, ITB.
All right.
Hi. Okay. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you. So Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Bina from Institute of Technology Bandung. So today I'm honored to share my new perspective and ideas after I get a wonderful journey in EBA Hokkaido Fieldwork. And my journey begins with so many aspects, actually. The first is stereotypes and prejudice that often misrepresent the rich diversity of ethnic groups in Japan. It's not singular, but very diverse. And by being more open and willing to explore, I can gain a profound understanding of my own cultural belief that I can implement in my country, Indonesia. Engaging in multicultural activities goes beyond theoretical learning. It becomes a catalyst for innovation and creativity. And traditional cultures can be both adapted and preserved in harmony with the flexibility of modern technological developments. And the last is I believe nature is a silent, powerful storyteller in cultures worldwide. By bringing my new perspective, what we can put for tomorrow. So the first is appreciation. By recognizing and celebrating differences, we create a surrounding where everyone feels valued and understood. So the cultivate culture of understanding is essential to encourage participation in educational programs that promote multiculturalism, not only educate, but also inspire individuals to embrace diversity as a strength. Beyond education, we must actively advocate for equality and justice. Multiculturalism thrives when every voice is heard and every individual is treated with fairness and dignity. And the developing products and technologies that respect and promote cultural heritage, we can contribute to a global landscape that honors diversity too. And the last goal is making a better reality and creating a future harmony in diversity. To achieve everything that I say before, the things I will do from now, the first and foremost is against discriminations. So I can truly embrace diversity, also develop an attitude of respect by learning little things from another culture and then using artistic skills from my background study. So I can creating arts in the art file that can promote traditional and cultural values. This artistic expression becomes a dynamic means of cultural preservation. And the next through open communication and cultural exchange, as I did in the ABA program with members of various backgrounds, I can build connection that celebrate their unique cultures too. And the last is training ABA is the best experience for me to learning firsthand in the field for the deep cultural understanding on global diversity. And it's also my contribute where diversity is not just acknowledged, but celebrate. That's all. And thank you for your attention, everyone.
Thank you, Bina. And the next one is Raja, Muhammad Raja Al-Shahaf from Faculty of Engineering, USK.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Muhammad Raja Al-Sahaf. I'm from Syah Kuala University. Today, I will share my perspective. During the ABA program, this program has been a profound journey of personal growth and understanding, deeply enriching my appreciation for the diverse value of culture around the world. It has taught me the importance of being open in different viewpoints, which in turn has greatly stimulated my personal growth and confidence. More significantly, it's highlighted the crucial role of cultural sustainable and protection. Moreover, this experience has instilled in me a strong desire to contribute positively to society and the world. It has awakened a deep sense of sustainability and cultural responsibility. My passion for leading example has grown, and I'm more committed than ever to the pursuit of new knowledge. This journey has not only been about personal transformation, but also about shaping a legacy of our future generation. Going forward, I'm committed to actively establishing and maintaining relationship with international friend, participating in a cross-cultural and humanitarian collaborative project, and building additional skill and knowledge in global context. A strong support organization for peace and sustainability. I have not only undergone a personal transformation, but also been inspired to a positive again and of charge of bright future. Thank you for attention. That's all for me.
Thank you so much. Please keep in contact with your friends here. And then the next one will be Fitri from UNESCO Jakarta. Fitri, Akhiran.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Nice to meet you again after 2 weeks. Yes, after 3 weeks. Yeah, this is my final presentations. And before I answer these 3 questions, I would like to tell you the background of all of this few further explanations, because we received so many comments during the oral presentations on our last day in the training. I received this one comments that actually kind of different from the others. So most of my answers or my reflections here are kind of reflecting to what I will do or what kind of works that we will do. So next, please. So for the first question, how has this experience changed your perspective? We learned so many things during the fieldworks, but I summarized 3 things that I basically learned that we can apply further in our activities or projects. The first one is it's very interesting to have many perspectives in reviewing an issue. I got the hands-on experience through ABA methodology to see 1 situations or 2 situations in different kind of perspectives, and it's very interesting. And the second one is diversity is not something that we can take for granted. As mentioned by the others Indonesian participants, Indonesians have very rich cultures. Sometimes diversity for us came naturally. We never think twice or thrice for this diversity. However, after what we see and what we experience during the fieldwork, I reflect that the diversity is not some things that we can take for granted. We need to respect others more. We need to relearn and develop the community trust. And then the third one is communicating science through artworks. This is some things that I really want to apply in our next projects or activities. Next, please. And the second one, what would you like to pass on the next generations? Maybe this one would be a bit different, because my focus is we will develop or design activities for youth or for young generation. So I would like to transfer these 3 skills. The first one is research skills and also critical thinking, and then the second one is developing ideas from problems that we found out in the field, and the third one is sensitizing emerging issues in our surroundings, for examples in UNESCO designated sites. And the next one, please, is what kind of activities that we would like to do. This is, for my perspective, under UNESCO Jakarta, especially from science, policy, and capacity buildings. So we have basically 3 activities that we can have more implementations of from this fieldwork to engage more with young generations and also apply ABA in our future activities, for example, in advancing scientific and environmental educations in UNESCO sites. And the last one is to promote more the local indigenous knowledge systems. For example, our current ongoing projects is related to ties replantations in Timor-Leste to tackle water management issues. Ties is the traditional fabrics that newly listed as UNESCO intangible cultural heritage. So that's the things that we would like to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to have EBA Fieldwork in one of UNESCO sites. Yay. And next we will have a presentation from Japan, from Keio students. Let's start from Koko Kimura from Faculty of Environment and Information Studies.
Okay,
Yes.
hello everyone.
My name is Coco. I'm a second year student at Keio University. Today, I'm going to talk about changing my perspective, my vision for the next generation, and my plan of action. First, I will talk about perspective transformation. We visited the National Art Museum and learned about the development of art culture. I realized that in order to preserve culture, both the inheritance and development of are important. I learned a lot from learning about the Ainu people, who are an ethnic minority, and from interacting with uh, diverse friends at EBA. We can respect diversity, but sometimes we cannot adapt to it. I found it difficult to live by adapting to someone else's background. For example, some people want to eat pork, but others cannot. Also, through the experiences of creating the exhibition, I realized the meaning of expressing analysis and questions through artwork. Next, let's talk about vision for generation. We need to respect our own and others' cultures, inherit and develop them, live our lives thinking not about what we can gain, but what we can leave behind, and solve global issues within our own generation. I want to pass this on to the next generation. Finally, I would like to talk about my action plan. The first is to Japan. So EBA Hokkaido Fieldwork, I realized that there are many things I don't know even within the same Japanese framework. I want to discover a lot of Japanese and that I don't know yet. I also want to be able to explain Japanese culture with confidence. I also want to make it a habit to express my analysis and questions and share them with others. I think I can learn by looking back at my own work, and I think it can be a way to communicate with others. Furthermore, through this interaction with diverse members, I want to go outside of Japan even more. I want to learn a language that I can share with them and talk to them a lot. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coco. And then next, also from Keio University, from Faculty of Policy Management, Nina Matsumoto.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm Nina Matsumoto from Keio University. I'm second grade student and the Faculty of Policy Management. Let's start my final presentation for fieldwork. One of the themes of this fieldwork is multiculturalism, and before this fieldwork, I thought that multiculturalism is achievable more easily. Just we need for multiculturalism is knowing each other and recognizing each other clearly and permitting every differences. But through this experience, my perspective for the multiculturalism is a little bit more realistic. First, I understood that there are really differences and these differences sometimes make us enjoy, but sometimes make us hard to cope with them. So I thought that it is important to take real actions to know and feel the reality. By actual experiencing it, I was able to form new opinions and ways of thinking that were not just based on my imagination. To the next generation, I'd like to pass on the fun and importance of thinking, even though it's difficult. It was so hard to think unanswered questions, but if you may not be able to find the answers or something solutions, what you do and what you think, what you feel has worth meaning. So in this field work, I felt that the art has power. And even if something is difficult to understand, no matter what base you are, the you can find equally beautiful in the field of arts and culture. So I want to make the mind education programs that helps foster symbiosis and a rich spirit by using the arts. From now on, from now on, I will never stop thinking, even when I cannot see the answer or I cannot see the future. And I will keep feeling and experience the characteristics, interests, and beauty of various cultures and arts. Thank you for listening all my thoughts. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good spirit there. Please continue. And from the same Faculty of Policy Management, Wataru Yamamoto.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Today I'm gonna talk about what I learned from this EBA. First question is, how has this experience changed your perspective? Sorry. I learned the necessity of not only considering the preservation of historical culture, but also blending it with the present day context. We will not be able to big things, so we must find what we can do in small steps. And then I think we need to clarify what is preservation, what is culture, what we should protect, because we intend to think about things as they remain significant. The second question is, what would you like to pass on to the next generation? Of course, preserving culture is essential, but we must not let the horrific past fade away. We should study not only present things, but also past things. We need to guess future from past and present things, and I like to pass beautiful nature and unexplored territories. I believe it's important to preserve unique places that don't conform to modern standardization and homogenization as society becomes increasingly modernist and standardized. The final question is, what actions can you take from now on? The preservation of culture on an individual level through the act of persons such as myself, remembering and engaging with historical culture and preserving culture on an individual level by sharing it with friends and acquaintances. First, I learned history and culture by myself, and then passed it on to others, and then get people interested in them. That's it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Wataru. So the next one supposed to be May, right? Like Zhang Xuan is May, okay. But not here, so we are going to move on to participants from Malaysia now. We will start from Danish. Muhammad Danish bin Razlan Shah from Faculty of Engineering, UM.
Hello and good day, everyone. My name is Muhammad Danish from University of Malaya, and I'll be sharing my insights on the 3 reflections of this fieldwork, starting with my change perspective. The key takeaway from this is everyone and nature have their own unique places in this world, like flowers in a garden. Whether we are Japanese, Ainu, or any other race, we all have a choice on how we want to carve our path in life. Let us paint this world with cultures and nature as our colors, and respect as a paintbrush. Hence, respect should always be the basis for us humans to live with each other and amongst nature, just like how the Ainu did in the past and what the Idemitsu oil refinery is doing now. Next is the lessons for tomorrow. In this life, nature will outlast all of us. History and cultures will come and go. The one lesson that I would like to share is that we must retell all the stories that happen now in order for it to be as eternal as nature and not let it be forgotten. As I have learned from Dr. Tanaka from Hokkaido University, history is not just one line and one perspective. Everyone's history and perspective is as important. share and celebrate every unique stories, just like we pass on stories of our ancestors to our children. That is, for me, the best way for histories and cultures to be preserved and embraced by the next generation. And now, lastly, is what I can do going forward. One thing for sure is I must allow respect to be my moral compass in life. Given the fact that Malaysia has so many cultures with Malay, Chinese, Indians, our own indigenous people, and even a rich environment, I should take advantage of this opportunity by learning and connecting them like a bridge, as well as be aware of my actions, as it is able to affect both people and environment alike. I may be just one person and may not be able to affect things on a large scale, but that shouldn't stop me from trying to be a part of history and cultures, learning from them, and passing on those stories for the future. So let us all take this opportunity in time to start making a difference in order for all histories, cultures, and nature be preserved from today and beyond. That is all from me. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Very beautiful presentation. Thanks. And the next one is Petri Yogan from Faculty of Computer Science, USM. Here.
Yes, a wonderful, wonderful evening, ladies and gentlemen, and konbawa to Sensei and my wonderful friends. Here we meet again. Right, let's not take things too far, but let's just remind ourselves that Hokkaido is not just another mind map. Hence, let's delve into this mind map and start with the bus, little yellow bus that we started our tour with. We went to Iramitsu-kosan with evidence. I'm going to talk about 3 different perspectives today. From Iramitsu-kosan, we went to the Upopoi, which is the Ainu Cultural Museum. Next, we went and had a look at the Ainu's culture itself, which dwelled with beautiful and rich culture and differences that we embrace. That itself has altered my perspective, whereby human-nature relationship is actually as likewise to beauty and the beast. Regardless the differences and regardless the actions, we come together and learn with each other. We try to embrace the differences and we try to grow from there, because regardless, nature is God's gift and humans, we take actions upon that. And to be able to come up together, respect is the key, regardless towards nature or not, but respect is also key to humanity. That is what we learned during Dr. Tanaka Sensei's lecture in Hokkaido University. Because difficult roads lead to beautiful destination, and to be able to embrace the differences, just like what Hokkaido University did. They did embrace the differences between the Ainu culture and the Japanese culture overall by implementing many methods, which includes implementing the Ainu food towards the people of the Hokkaido University, which was definitely embraced with beauty. Next, we went to Grandma's. That was a really interesting story, and with evidence that actually shifted my perspective to be able to think for the next generation. Acceptance and gratitude allow diversity both in our lives and minds. Grandma did actually talk about a lot of stories, but the amount of acceptance and gratitude that Grandma had actually made an impact towards us and for the future generation. And that is my key takeaway from that. And not only that, Grandma also embraced the differences during the day of visit, that we went to Grandma's and Grandma's treated us so good. That is when I realized togetherness cultivates progressiveness. That is when evidence reflected to my brain and made sure my 7 billion neurons worked and showed me that togetherness is actually beyond just Malaysian, diversified and rich of culture. It is also to the stage of the world. Besides, when Grandma started speaking about her experiences and also her insights on how she went through life, that actually made sure reflected to me that emotional intelligence, the control towards your intelligence and how you actually preserve and reflect it to your daily lives is very important. Hence, it actually speaks more than anything else. To be able to master the art of emotional intelligence, that is when we'll be able to master the art of acceptance that the Ainu culture is actually part of us, because everybody says all for one, but also one for all. Next, With that being said, in the flight of 2 hours journey from Hokkaido to Tokyo, whereby we went to Kemco, a wonderful building in Tokyo itself, some of my actions which I would actually take were actually questioned by Homa Sensei. And that is the evidence that I collected in Kemco itself. With the amount of technology being implemented in Tokyo and Kemco, what can we do actually? Can we preserve the culture? Can we preserve the nature? That is also the mission of EBA. But that is when I realized that cultivating transparency is the foundation in the kingdom of glass. What do we mean by kingdom of glass? It's the transparency between sharing of information and sharing of thoughts and ideas and perspectives that we have between people of diverse background. With that, we can actually build a kingdom of glass without any mass of disruption. Besides, when we start building a kingdom of glass within the society, we and each and every individual can be the exemplar. By being an example towards the others, we can actually cultivate and culture the community to be more open-minded and also accepting the differences. Next, when we went to Kemco, we actually did a lot of preparations for the exhibition. And while doing the preparation, we also got insights from different people of different backgrounds who were distinguished guests on the day. That is when it sparked my interest. Hey, life is actually an experiment. Why didn't I say it's just an experiment? But life is an experiment. That's because when people start asking you a lot of questions from different thoughts and perspectives, that actually tests us to be more open towards new experience, to the changes that is happening. That is when I realized life is an experiment. And that is what we need to take into account and take as an action for the future. And finally, let's work the magic with the wonderful technology that we have today to make sure we do not segregate, but integrate all the pyramid of people. Who is the pyramid of people? It starts all from the bottom layer, individual, friends, family, neighborhood, community, regional, Southeast Asia. And then we go for the Asian region. And then we go for the world region. Everybody in this world has their own perspective. But regardless, we can work the magic with technology, which is coming up right now, to be able to cultivate everything to bring us together. And that's all for today. And one last word, Hokkaido is not just another mind map. Let's carve our path because one for all and all for one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. We are going to move to Nepal now. I'm sorry if I spelled the name wrong. Ashish.
Ashish.
You spelled it right.
Okay, thank you. From Faculty of Electronics and Computer Engineering, Tribhuvan University.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Greetings, everyone. I am really happy to see you all again. And today I am here to present my reflection on recent EBA Hokkaido fieldwork. In this presentation, I will be giving a brief background of the fieldwork and then try to answer 3 questions. How this experience in the perspective, what I would like to pass to next generation, and what actions I can take as an individual. As you can see on the left side from the center of the slide, the mission of this fieldwork was to engage with indigenous communities and understand their culture and rights, investigate the pressing environmental challenges in the region, explore the social aspect of diversity and inclusion, and then analyze all these 3 interconnected topics. On the right side, I have listed the places we visited during the fieldwork. Please have a look. Talking about change in the perspective, it was a complete paradigm shift. Engaging directly and indirectly with people from indigenous community, in my case, I knew, developed my cultural sensitivity and appreciation for the richness and diversity of other cultures. Initially, I was amazed to see the efforts of Japanese government and Ainu activists, but later on, after getting the first-hand information from the museum staff with Ainu roots, I really felt bad about the discrimination Ainu still faced in society today. The upcoming generations should treat Ainu as some. The upcoming generation should not treat Ainu as some different tragic people. Instead, Ainu culture should be respected just as any other culture, and Ainu people should be seen through the eyes of humanity. The government should give the upcoming Ainu people, generation of Ainu people, some great incentives in education so they get strengthened in terms of education and eventually economically as well. This way, we can eradicate discrimination from the roots of the society. Nepal as a country is really diverse, extending from Terai all the way up to Himalayas, with 126 ethnic groups, with 59 declared as indigenous. As I compare the efforts of the Japanese government with my country, despite of a lot of efforts of the government and activists, the thing I found lacking was awareness among some people at individual level. No matter how many campaigns the government runs, it won't make any sense if people discriminate against Ainu at the time of rituals like marriage, as told by the Ainu lady during the fieldwork. On an individual level, I can change myself, my family, and advocate in my community about judging the people by the content of their character instead of their ethnicity or caste, and make these thoughts go viral. I would like to conclude this short presentation with an anonymous quote. And it goes like this: with collective efforts, we can remove any kind of orthodox beliefs that still prevails in our society. Thank you for attending this presentation. I really feel privileged to get an opportunity to express my thoughts among some of the most influential people from all across the globe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation. And now, last but not the least, of course, this is another pronunciation challenge for me. Raven Chang?
Okay.
Hazel.
Yes, I am.
From School of Information and Communication Technology, Hanoi University of Science and Technology.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I'm thrilled to have take you on a journey through the rich cultural tapestry of the Ainu people and their connection to the environment. And we will exploring the profound significance of open space, religious activities, and teamwork within the Ainu culture. And for a short presentation, this is my information. And the Ainu culture, the Ainu people indigenous to Hokkaido have a unique cultural identity that emphasizes learning and self-growth. Can you change to the next slides? Yes, and we, the Apopoi Hokkaido, have served me the annual culture exploration, and afterwards we have a chance to have the opportunity to access the preservation effort to multicultural in Hokkaido University. The end visit, I have a profound thought when visiting because I have the great chance to talk about the environmental impacts that I haven't learned before. And in the developing countries such like Vietnam, it's very important to dive into one of the biggest challenges. And we have a chance to work for tomato for a few days that I have noticed some of the Japanese culture for learning activities and self-growth. I have and for last but not least, the most thing that I have found the best is a KEO museum because I have time to work with my teammates. They were really great, and I have a great time for my presentation for all my work and my memories at both Tokyo and Hokkaido. And for me, I think that the vision for the next generation is very important because I have been asked about like uh, the next generation and the especially for the young generation, how they have been, how they can absorb the information at the early age. And for me, I think that like reading the fairy tales, you can tell the short stories at the daily activities for your children every single day that they can recognize, realize that the problems of environmental impact or the problems of cultural inacceptance. It's the thing that every single people has to deal with, not the things that only the government or the specialists have to deal with. And looking ahead, our vision for the next generation involve promoting respect for diverse identities, multicultural acceptance, and maturity in cultural difference. And I firmly believe that it needs to take action at an early age when your children are small, when your children uh, growth at an early age, and looking for change, learning, and uniqueness will be the driving force behind a more inclusive future for individual and communities. And next, to turn this vision into reality, we need to take an actionable plan, and starting small is key. Changing awareness locally has a ripple effect on friends, relatives, and the community. And as a computer science professional, I aim to integrate cultural diversity into my field, contributing to university exchange programs and taking leadership roles in initiatives like the EBA project. And I firmly believe that when coming just a student in Vietnam, I can grow. When I recognize the problem, I can grow and work on it, no matter what field I'm specialized. And next, uh, and on the next slide, I want to. Can you change? Yes, I want to come to the conclusion, and all of the action need the first step in solving a problem is to recognizing there's one. So you have to know that the cultural diversity is the cultural diversity and environmental impact is all your responsibility. And our journey through annual culture and some lessons in EWS has shown us the importance of embracing diversity, fostering understanding, and taking action. And together, through small steps and collective efforts, we can create the world when cultural differences are celebrated and every individual is valued for their uniqueness. And thank you for listening. You're listening.
Thank you. So maybe to close, I'm gonna ask Loki-san to give like one last message.
Okay.
Presentation.
Thank you so much, everyone. All presentation was outstanding indeed, and every effort in like breaking down this really like complex issues and proposing your actual like solutions from your own perspective was very insightful, and we learned a lot from you. Thank you so much. Like to pass the mic to Homa-san. Homa-san.
Yes, maybe yes, Goki-san said everything I wanted to say. So thank you for your presentation, everyone. I was quite amazed. And yes, I am, how do I say, I'm really feel that the Hokkaido Fieldwork was a big success and leave me a very big challenges and things to think about. The real cultural exchanges and the real multiculturalism.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for organizing the fieldwork very well.
No,
Thank you,
we
Sayonara.
didn't. It was all the participants that made
exactly.
this happen.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for your presentation and a little bit of housekeeping here that you will receive badge in your insignia account. It will be issued hopefully by the end of December. So stay tuned for your badge. Once you get the badge, you can share it on your social media, you know. Yeah, that's it for the EBA presentation. Thank you for joining. Yay. So we can stop the live stream.
Yes, let's take a picture first.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Screenshot
Let's
with
take a picture.
everyone. So if everyone could turn on the
Let
cameras and
me
we can
stop.
register this moment.
Yes, yes. Who's going to take a screenshot?
I can take one, but please take one as well, just in
Sure.
case. みんな入る。
はい。でも need two. So we have two screens, so.
Oh, it's one screen on my computer, so maybe I.
Oh, great.
Okay, look at the camera. Give your best smile. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Maybe one more. 3, 2, 1. Hey. Great.
Thank you. Yep. Let me share the screen again. So thank you for joining. We'll stop the live streaming as well. And for the students, you may leave the Zoom, and then for the faculty, we have another agenda to continue.
Thank you for joining, everyone.
Bye bye, everyone. Thank you for joining. Keep
Thank
in
you.
touch.
Yes,
Yes.
keep in touch.
Keep in touch, everybody. Even though it's a final presentation, it's not final. It's our